This is not just another mentalism effect that I'm going to share with you today. In this tutorial, I'm going to share with you a very special gimmick which you can make at home very easily. And it has hundreds of uses. It is limited only by your imagination. Hello everybody, I'm Kaushik Biswas and you are watching my channel Kaushik Biswas Magic. Every week I'm uploading several magic and mentalism tutorials on this channel. So if you have come for the first time or if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, I'll request you please support me by subscribing my channel. If you like this video, please strike the like button, share this video with your friends and write in the comments how you enjoyed this tutorial and how your viewers enjoyed this mentalism effect. Also, don't forget to strike the bell icon for new upload notifications because every week I'm uploading several magic and mentalism tutorials on this channel. Without much ado, let me explain you how it looks from the audience perspective and then I'll share the secret with you. As there is nobody in the studio today, I'll be explaining you the effect that the audience is going to see so that you can understand how strong it is from the audience perspective. But again, let me tell you, this is just one of the many possibilities, many routines that you can do with this spatial gimmick. We'll come to that a little later. Let me explain you what the audience is going to see in this routine. Now, you show a list of names of people who were in love and their love is known throughout the world. They had so deep love with their better half. And here is a gems clip. Why I have put a gems clip? Because you can see that the gems clip can be pulled down and one of the names is within the gems clip or the paper clip. Now this name, for example, now we have on top of Lois. Now this particular name has been isolated from rest of the names. So that would be the selected name. So this gems clip will act as an isolator. It is going to isolate the particular selected name from all other names in the list. So you have to choose a name without actually seeing it. So let us start from the top. Here we have, I don't want you to see the names, but I'm going to pull them down and whenever you feel like, you call stop. So let us say I'm just pulling it down as you can see and you call stop. Call me stop anytime you like. Oh, here? Oh, here. Okay. Fantastic. Now we have a name selected by you. So it is Romeo. Now Romeo is written within the paperclip as you can see. It is written Romeo. Fantastic. Now here we have some cards and I'm going to put them in a row on the table. So we have here 10 cards because we have 10 names on the list. So here are the 10 cards and what you have to do, you have to invite a spectator who is going to help you in this particular test, and he or she has selected a name that is Romeo in this case. Now you move your hand, your index finger pointing down across the line of cards and you ask the spectator to call stop anywhere he wants to, and so saying you just move your fingers and suddenly he calls stop. And when he calls stop, you just put down your finger just on top of the very card where he called stop. Now this is the card where the spectator called stop. Now let us see all other names written here. Here is Eve, here is Yoko, and they are the partners of these lovers. of these names. Now we have all the names written here and all are different, as you can see. But the strangest thing is you have selected Romeo here, and here you have selected Juliet, a perfect couple. What I usually do is I invite a couple, maybe a married couple, or they're in love with one another, or a very old veteran couple, and then perform this test with both of them. Finally, they find out a perfect match, that is, in this case, Romeo and Juliet, and everybody will be amazed. And then I talk about the affinity, the likeness, the love between the two couples, which have brought them together to find out a perfect couple like them, like Romeo and Juliet. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't skip the video, because there are very important points that I'm going to share with you in this tutorial, which you need to know before you attempt to perform this in front of live audience. There are 10 names over here. Now you can do this with 12 names also, 10 or 12 or maybe 8, but I think 10 is a perfect number, and in which I prefer to use Juliet. So I write Juliet here, and on the other cards I have written the names of famous couples. Now they can be males or females all mixed up together. If I write down only the females here and all the males in this list, then people might get some idea that you are finding out the perfect match. So what I have done is I have just mixed them up. Some male names are here, some female names are, some ladies' names are here. So how can you find out the names? It is very easy nowadays. You can just find out the famous couples. Just type in your mobile, in the internet, just type in some world famous couples who are famous for their loves or something like that. You can also ask AI for this, and you'll get 13, 14 or 15 names along with their couples' names. So it is very easy to find out. It's not necessary that you need to know all these names that I have written. So you can find out the names and choose someone who is very common. For example, Adam and Eve is a very common name, and Romeo and Juliet. I have chosen Romeo and Juliet because that is one of the commonest names of a loving couple. So almost everybody knows the names Romeo and Juliet. So this is for the cards, and I have written here Juliet, and at the back I have made a small pencil dot marking. You will not be able to see it, but there is a small dot here and another dot here. This tells me that I'm forcing, yes, you need to force one of the cards. I'm forcing the correct card. So it should be third from the top. So it is third from the top when the cards are facing up. Make sure that all the writings are on the same way, on the same direction, not jumbled up, some facing this side, some facing that side. That would be very difficult for the spectators to read. Now when you are just putting them on a straight line like so, this forcing is very easy. It is used to force a card. I know that this is the card that I'm going to force. So this is the card, third from the right hand side. Now let us say that the gentleman is sitting over here. You point your finger like so downwards and about 1 foot above your table. And as you start moving your hand like so across the line of cards, you suddenly say that before I go to the end, at the other end of this line of cards, you call stop anywhere. Now, as you say this, your timing is very important. You start from here, you already start and then start saying that before I come to the end, you call stop anywhere. Now, I have already crossed 3 cards this side. Now he has only a little time, he has to call stop within this space. So he is getting hurried, because if you go to the end, again you have to start from the beginning. So he'll be under pressure. You have to just, this is audience management, you just tell him that before I go to the end, you just call stop, and suddenly he calls stop. Let us say that he called stop over here. Actually, this is the card where he called stop, but we are going to force the next card. So you say, are you sure this is where you want me to stop? He will say yes. Now your finger is about 1 foot above his card, and as your hand comes down, your hand moves a little bit towards this side, and finally it lands on top of the force card. Now you might think that the people will understand that your hand is moving to the next card, but you are not giving any chance. If you are a beginner, if you are new to magic, then you might be scared that people will understand. It never happens. Believe me, hundreds of performers, professional performers, are performing this, and they never got caught. So the timing is important. You say, before I come to the end, you call stop, and when you call stop, you are already on top, or immediately before the card, or immediately after that card. So wherever you are, let us say you are here and on top of this, but since it is away, you say, okay, so this is the card you selected. So while you are putting down your hand, your fingers should move a wee bit towards the card that you are going to force, and believe me, it is indetectable. So ultimately the card they chose is Juliet. But don't show this card beforehand. So you show the other cards have other names, but one very important point is that you don't show all these cards. There is a reason. I'm going to tell you a little later. You just say that these have all the other names. So you read out 2 or 3 and just show them like so and put these cards away. That is because here we have 10 names, and none of the names is Romeo. There is no Romeo written on the card, because you are using a very special paper clip, and the paper clip is made like so. Now I'll give you a close-up view. So you need a jumbo paper clip for this. Now this is the Gimmick. Now pay very close attention to this. A paper clip, if you examine a paper clip, you will find that there is a big U shape on the one side which ends here, the wear ends here. Now this is a big U shape, and on the other side you have a small U shape. Now this big U shape, we are going to gimmick this portion, the biggest side of the paper clip. What you need to do is you need an extra piece of paper. I don't want to show you the construction and make this video too long, because it is very easy to do. You can understand, you can make it yourself within no time. So you take another piece of paper which is exactly of the shape and size of this big U shape, and you paste it over here. Now this is what you have done. I'll just open this up for you, and you can see that there is a U-shaped paper which is attached, that is, which is fixed to this portion with gum, and within that portion you have written Romeo. This paper should end exactly where this where of the U shape ends. So this is the ending portion. I'll give you a closer view. I'll try my best to give you a closer view so that you can understand it more clearly. Now this portion is very, very important, and initially what you do, you have put the paper clip on the other way. Now since I have just pulled it out, it is not going in, it is now a little bit like this. Yes, now it should work. Now initially the smaller side of the U is towards the names, and you show that you can just isolate any one of the names by sliding these paper clip across the names like so. Now they are very much convinced that this is an ordinary paper clip and the names are changing within the paper clip, which is very important. But you don't draw any attention, don't say anything like, see, the names are changing. Obviously the names will change and they know it and they can see it. So after that you say that we are going to choose a name without looking at it. So saying, you need to cover this up like so, and you pull out the paper clip and then turn it over. Now the gimmick side is towards the names and the names are away. Don't allow the spectators to read out all the names, otherwise they will notice that Romeo is nowhere written here. Now you just push it in once again, but this time the gimmick is towards the writing. Here it is like so, and it should be facing towards you, the writing should be facing towards you, and you ask a spectator to call stop anywhere. Let us say the spectator calls stop here. Now before you turn this card around, you make sure that the edge of the gimmick, that is the paper that is stuck inside, and the edge of the cards align perfectly, and the writing is aligned with the serial number perfectly. It is covering the name that is originally written on the card. So it is like so, let us say here, and you then turn it around and show that you have chosen. Now this has become loose because I just bent it. So otherwise you don't have to hold it. You can casually show that Romeo is written within this paper clip, and then you just put it aside and then you do the card force. I just wanted to share with you this gimmick. This is a very special gimmick, as you know by now, and you can use it in many ways. You can force names, you can force colors, you can force numbers, you can force anything. Please give it a try, make it today, experiment with your viewers, but before that you just practice. The handling is very, very important, and please write in your comments how you enjoyed this tutorial and how your spectators enjoyed this mentalism test, and also write how you are using this gimmick in your show. See you again next time in the next video. Till then, bye bye.